Ready, set, go.
Okay. But nothing of the sort happened. And by nothing of the sort, I mean like nothing's happened. We saw a shadow, and then it was gone. I looked at the mitten once more. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the mitten. Yeah. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna take it. I decided to take the lonely mitten from the branch, because I ain't no coward. Oh, no, 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 no. Perhaps not. Perhaps no. Perhaps I will not take. Oh, no, 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 no. A shout rumbled across the field and dissolved into the distance. No echo, no hope for a reply. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. Not a fan. I stepped towards the bristly trees and tried to claim my find. It didn't budge. I pulled harder. The branch cracked and the mitten tore off, landing in my hand with a squishy sound. All too heavy. Wet. I squeezed it without thinking and something dark spilled from it, forming a tiny string between the mitten and the snow. Oh no, it's a trap. It's a trap. Steam rose from the snow pile. Oh no. Oh, it's blood. Oh, it's blood. Oh, it's blood. I froze in place, studying my palms in disgust. Okay, it's blood. Red. The sound of cracking branches invaded the silence. Yeah, no thank you. I would rather not with any... I didn't have to think twice. Correct. Before running away. Yeah, we're gone. Someone was chasing me from the darkness, breaking pine branches, closing the distance with giant leaps. Snow was slowing me down. Crazy thoughts flew through my mind. I'll get caught. They'll get me. I'll get dragged into the thicket. I'll be gone forever. But there was one more voice. Probably one of reason. Gave me strength. Spurred me on. You can do it. Don't stop. I heard an animal roar behind me. Oh boy. It was so loud my ears went numb. It felt like the sound had come from a pack of hungry beasts, rather than a single one. Their nostrils sucked in freezing air. They sensed my fear. Two giant wings flapped above my head. This is bad news. This is bad news, is what this is. An enormous shadow flew over the clearing. A hoot, a wheeze. The roars were coming from all directions now. From the dried up raspberry bush, from twisted pines, from under the windfall. Hurry, run, don't look back. It felt like I was inside a nightmare. The snowy clearing became viscous like quicksand. I was stuck in place. I pulled my leg from the mushy trap just to be caught in a new one, even deeper than before. I continued to drown, sinking deeper and deeper with every desperate push. Was snow ever this sticky? I screamed in horror after realizing this wasn't snow. Someone or something in the snow pile was clutching my pants. No, 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 no. I don't want any of that. I will have no pants clutching. I gathered all my strength and rushed forward. The pressure on my leg was gone. My boots slipped out of the hole, and my soles were on a hard surface again. I reached a clear path with one jump, and from there ran to my house. Ooh, boy. Its gloomy facade didn't look threatening now. That house was my line of defense from the shadows that flapped their wings and the creatures that were hidden under the snow. Great. I tripped over the doorstep and smashed into the door. In all my hurry, I still managed to notice the claw marks. As if a dog was striking the wood with its paws, demanding to be let in so it could escape the cold. I hadn't noticed these marks when I was leaving. The heartbeat in my ears was much louder than my surroundings. I couldn't hear whether someone was following me or not. What if they were already in our front yard and Mom had locked the door? Drowning in fear, I pulled on the doorknob and it obediently gave way. Neat! Okay, well, I'm inside. I rolled into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Great. Good. Glad this has happened. Cool. Porch planks creaked as my pursuers ascended the stairs. My fingers slipped off the lock and I couldn't click it into place. I gritted my teeth and pulled hard on the iron knob, whipping it between the boards. I stared blankly at the door. Someone was standing on the other side of the pitiful, flimsy barrier that was probably less useful than blankets. Wheezing breath reached into the house and crashed at me in waves. It smelled of pine and sweat. Mom peeked out of the kitchen and chastised me with the same frigid voice she always used when talking to Dad. Why exactly didn't you understand when I told you to never slam the door? I didn't mean to. I snuck a glance at the door. The smell was gone, and the breath was, too. If there was someone in the first place, of course. Here, mere 5 meters away from Mom, my fear was slowly weakening, melting like snow in spring. And with it, the last bit of strength I had left in my body, too. Yeah, we just got a lot of cardio in a very short amount of time there. My legs gave way. I propped myself up against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. Mom's expression had changed immediately. The cold mask of strictness and detachment was gone. Mom looked the same as before all those quarrels. She finally saw my condition, my wet pants plastered with snow. Where have you been? What did I tell you, huh? I told you to stay home. Am I nothing to you too? Okay, Mom. I don't need you projecting your problems on me. I don't need that right now. I almost died. Also, just found a bloody mitten. So maybe that's something you should ask me about instead of this. I got afraid she would cry. I reached out to her like when I was very little and wanted her to cuddle me. My mom regained her composure fast and put on her usual face. Her eyes shined like steel. Her voice rang out. Your dad can't find his cigarettes. Be honest. Did you snatch them? Were you smoking in secret? There was someone chasing me. I thought... I stuttered as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled up in my eyes. Mom leaned toward me and sniffed my clothes like a beast, searching for the smell of tobacco. Then she squinted her eyes in suspicion and looked into the front yard. Her expression changed in an instant, and she covered her mouth with her hand. Yes. Speaking of which, the bloody mitten that I found. Hello. Yes. Look over there. At the fence. My heart started thumping as if I became prey once again and my pursuers were following me in the field. I could swear that I've heard something scratch at the door, just like in my nightmare. Mom beckoned me with her finger and I gathered all my remaining bravery to look into the kitchen window, facing my fear. Oh, it is dogs. I could barely discern some hairy silhouettes swimming in snow through the icy winter patterns on the glass. Okay. Dogs. Just a small pack of strays, no name and owner, barely reminding of the hungry monsters that live on the edge of the forest. Those are them. Those are totally them. These are polymorphs is what we got going on here. Some sort of shape-shifting creature is what we're dealing with. Oh boy, were you scared of them? I think they'd rather be scared of you, Anton. Don't emasculate me now, Mom. I thought I was gonna die. They were chasing me like a bunny. And what if they're a rabbit? The smile had slowly disappeared from Mom's face. Now she looked at the dogs as if it were her first time seeing them. What if they attack Olya? Oh, I see. I see who's... Oh boy. Oh, don't do this to me, game. Don't give me the less important child treatment. I don't need that today. I don't need that today. Mom? I wish your dad could just shoot them all. See, that's a bit harsh. That's a little harsh, Mom. Mom, look. They're alive. How? What? Are they your friend or foe after all? Make up your mind. You're not a little kid anymore. Mom sighed in annoyance, and I felt so bitter that I bit my lower lip and fixed my gaze on the cobweb-ridden corner. Yeah, fair. Well, some detective I am. You didn't... Did you not grab the mitten? Do you not still have the mitten? In reality, I wasn't risking my life among monsters, but rather my pants among a pack of stupid strays. And what for? What use do I have for this? Mitten. Yeah, what about the mitten? Of course, there you go. A dark and sticky mitten that belonged to the lost boy made a squishy sound in my hand. Seemed like I was clutching it the whole time. That's gross. That's nasty. But glad you have that. That's my trump card as a detective. I hurried to present this clue to my mom. Mom, look, this is Vova's mitten. Mom, look, this is Vova's mitten. That boy the police were asking about in the morning? It's drenched in blood. I found it hanging on a tree. I can show where. Let's call the police right away, like the officer had told us to. Mom, look. Ew. A shadow of doubt slowly crept onto Mom's contorted face, as if she was trying to remember something distant, like someone tries to remember their dream, but the images slip away. Stop at this moment. What, stop what? Oh, yeah, wait, they're insane if she hears you. Well, I mean, she already has trouble sleeping and whines all the time. And you joke around like this? I'm not... Mom! This is terrible parenting! This is terrible parenting! The real horror game is the parenting in this game. At that moment, I realized the mitten was actually wet from snow. Great. So the game is gaslighting me now. There was no blood whatsoever. I wanted to sink through the floor from embarrassment. Come here, my boy, who cried wolf. Oh, don't just stand there. Come take your pills. What pills do I need to take? What pills do I take? A golden-colored pill, reminiscent of a dead wasp, fell onto my palm. I already took one during breakfast. Don't talk over me. I told you to stay home, and Dad would have given you a good whipping for that. Okay, great. Good to hear. Come on, take it or you won't be able to sleep at night. And you have school tomorrow. So, I had to swallow the bitter medication, drinking it down with similarly awful water that gave off a taste of chlorine. Ah, yes. I know that taste. I know it well. Maybe it wasn't Vova's mitten. Maybe it wasn't a mitten at all. Just like the forest monsters. And Olya's owl. Am I going mad? What's happening to me? Either the pill had an immediate effect, or my overexerted brain didn't let fear inside anymore. Okay. Serenity washed over me, bringing yawning indifference along with it. Anton, you done? See, you can do it when you try. Screw off, Mom. Take off your coat. Are you asleep? No, Mom. I was just thinking... What about, I wonder? It's just something silly. Mom scrutinized me with suspicious eyes, as if she wasn't sure she was looking at her own son and not some doppelganger that came from the forest. Is everything alright? Now you ask? Now you ask how I'm doing? Now is when you do the asking of how I am? Okay. You had the exact same expression when the policeman asked you about the window. I'm alright, Mom. She heaved a deep sigh. Fine. It seemed like the house had changed. The sofa's fabric had become discolored. Fingerprints appeared on the bathroom tiles. The light bulbs also felt different, dimmer and yellower. Even the saliva inside my mouth had a different taste. A melody from Aladdin, that's not how you spell Aladdin, but whatever, could be heard from the upper floor. Olia was done rewatching her favorite Little Mermaid episodes and switched to other tapes. What do you mean Little Mermaid episodes? Was there a Little Mermaid television series? I don't remember that. I slowly changed into my home clothes, stopped before the sink, and studied my reflection in the mirror, like I was trying to solve one of those spot the difference puzzles. Then I went upstairs. Jafar's and Iago's voices died down. I walked past Olia's bedroom and slipped into my own. Alright, we're in our room. Here we are. Anything we can do? A Triceratops figurine. Heck yeah. I know about all sorts of dinosaurs. Velociraptors, Afrovenators, Hypsilophodonts. I like that. I remember going to the movies to see Jurassic Park, back when we still lived in the city, and taking pictures with the T-Rex in the hall. Great movie. Fantastic movie. It turned its head and roared. It was awesome. And next to it was a Robotech Transformer. I love this cartoon. When a jet fighter speeds up in the intro, among the sounds of blaster fire, you know your next 20 minutes will surely be amazing. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Zentrades space station is captured. Rick, get ready for battle. Nice. I like that this kid is a nerd. What we got here? Monsters, ghosts, UFOs, good stuff. The Encyclopedia of Paranormal Phenomenon from Roseman Publishing. I've learned about the Loch Ness Monster, Medusa Gorgon, and Bigfoot from there. Olivia is always scared of the book. She could barely handle sifting through the monster and alien sections with me, but the middle part where they start to talk about ghosts really freaked her out. I even remember hunting ghosts after I read that book. I measured the distance between items on my table every evening and checked if they moved due to some supernatural force come the morning. Nice. They didn't. Yeah, that's fair, but it's still nice to have a hobby. But to be honest, what was I expecting? To meet Casper the ghost? Yeah, most of the time ghosts are. I think the thing about Casper being the friendly ghost is that there aren't very many of those. Let's open this up. What do we got here? One of the drawers was empty. I hid them in there. Nice. The simple action drained the last bit of strength from me. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I sat on the bed, and only then I noticed there was someone behind the curtains. Oh, nope. My tired hand dropped to the sheets. Whether it was due to medication I took or the stress I underwent, the room began to contort, as if the wind was blowing the walls out like a pair of sails. The room's corners bent and undulated. The only stable thing in the whole room was the figure between the windowsill and the curtains. A flimsy piece of cloth was stuck to my hidden visitor, just like a savant of sorts. Oh yeah? Who else would be standing there? Who else could it possibly be? It could be Mom. Could be Mom. I stood up and licked my dried up lips. Yeah, oh yeah, it's so funny. The silhouette was unmoving. It was enveloped softly by the... Enveloped. It was enveloped. There we go, I can do words. Enveloped softly by the curtains. As if there was a thick layer of darkness there, not a human being. I reached towards the curtains. Ba-dum, ba-dum, beat my heart, controlled by medication. The wind sang in the field with a chorus of voices. For a second, I wanted to return to the bed, just lie down and watch the person behind the curtain, knowing full well they were looking back at me. They're looking without blinking, waiting for me to fall asleep. plastic rings rustled against the holder when I pulled open the curtains. Of course it's Olya. Of course it is. It's always Olya. Unless it's a bunch of dogs. But most of the time, it's just Olya. Fantastic. Great. Gotcha! I knew it was you from the beginning. A blindingly bright halo lit up above Olya's head, like the angel that she is, with the setting sun as the background. My sister was shining. When she was just a baby, Dad always used to say she was shining with happiness. I always retorted, "But Dad, she's not some flashlight." But I brought her to the window one day, and sunlight poured on her smiling face. I felt like I was holding a child woven from light. I saw everything. Oh, really? What did you hide? She was just like my mom when she was little, before she put on her sad mask of tiredness and switched to her commanding tone of voice. It's nothing, just... Olya ran up to the table, her eyes round, and asked, "You stole something and hid it there? Are you a thief?" Like, I guess. It's not mine, so... What? Don't be stupid. I didn't steal anything. A clear image came to mind. That mitten hanging from a tree branch. Yeah, yikes. What if I did steal it after all? From the forest, from the tilted figure standing behind black trees? Olya could be selfish and stubborn when she wanted. Then show me. Swear that you won't tell anyone. Then I'll show you. Olya wore a plotting smile. I swear on Mom's head. Okay, well, here we go. An oath she heard in one of the movies about the pioneers we've watched. Don't say things like that. Olya nodded and made a gesture with her hand, locking her mouth with an imaginary key. Adorable. Adorable. She was filled with curiosity that was splashing in her giant eyes. I opened the drawer, and Olya leaned in, holding her breath. It looked like there was not just a simple mitten, but some sort of exotic critter. Is this someone's mitten? She said that as if she couldn't understand what she saw. A certain boy lost it and got lost himself. Now do you understand how dangerous it is for kids to wander in the forest, right? It must be really cold out there. Will they find him? They will. The police are going house to house, sharing his photo to everybody. Olya traversed the room with care and pressed her tiny palms against the window. And why are they going to houses and not the forest? These are good questions. This is a good question. Are they scared? Probably. The question caught me off guard. The police aren't scared of anything. Yeah, right, flashed in my clouded mind. Did they really check every nook and cranny where darkness, cold, and whispers of icy branches dwell? If that's the case, how did they miss the mitten? Or did it appear later for me? I changed the topic. And we're going to get to that next topic in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to try and finish... I want to... I really hope I get to finish this, but I have a feeling that I won't in this session. So, but in any case, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and click the like button if you want to do that. And if you haven't subscribed or rung the bell, those are both things you can do. We'll see you later.